This is going to be a video about my turtle enclosure, my Russian tortoises, my ornate box turtles, and the fact that it is now June 4, 2020. This small tortoise right here is my male Russian tortoise that I purchased last year. I'm happy to say that my female Russian tortoise has laid eggs right in exactly where this male Russian tortoise is right now. She laid 6 hopefully fertile eggs, which I'm artificially incubating in the house. And in this enclosure I have approximately 17 box turtles. This is their feeding area, where that one is just walking away there. And this little guy here is eating some food that he's found on the ground. And he's about 4 years old. This one here is probably an 8-year-old female here. And she's coming over to look and see what is happening over here. And my purpose to this video is to actually excavate some turtle eggs. I saw last night that one of my box turtles laid eggs right down here. And I'm going to set the camera up on tripod and jump into my enclosure. It's quite large. For that many turtles to live successfully, you have to augment their food. Up along that upper edge there, you can see some little pieces of carrot there for the female Russian tortoise that has gone inside some of these caves. Russian tortoises do extensive digging, and I've provided some areas in the enclosure so that they can dig and also get out of the sun. They thermoregulate their body heat, as do box turtles. Ideally, box turtles would have a much more forested kind of area, at least these ornate box turtles and the 3-toed box turtles that I have in this enclosure. Now, right now I have already dug up approximately exactly 22 box turtle eggs, and I have them also incubating in the home in my house. This is a small bonsai cherry tree, and underneath the cherry tree is their small pond of water. Box turtles love to have a place to swim and get wet. Well, not exactly swim, but at least get wet and wade. And in this area of my enclosure, it's over my patio here, I've got heavy bricks and cement, and the turtles like to go into these, we call them little turtle garages, and they hang out there overnight this time of year. You can see a couple of them in that corner right there. They're probably going to warm up as soon as the sun gets to that part of the enclosure. My house is blocking the light of the sun right now from hitting all of the enclosure, but it has finally reached the area that I'm going to dig up. I'll set the camera up and proceed to see if I can dig the eggs up and get that on camera. Probably, wonder if I think that's, yeah, I think that's, no, it's going to be a little bit more down like that. And it doesn't matter if you don't get my picture in there. Now with turtle eggs, it's orientation of the eggs after they are started to incubate in the ground. This is a test hole in this area here, and I believe that up here, this isn't a test hole. I think there's actually a box turtle that's buried herself right in this area here, and that this is not a nest at all. I bet that there's box turtle. Well, I was wrong. No box turtle in there, no eggs either. This little test hole here, I don't think we'll find anything in it either. Well, what do I hear? But right here, I am quite positive that one of my ornate female box turtles, I have to be very careful. This digging tool will easily break this. Boy, that is hard dirt. You can't imagine how hard that is. You know, like if you were just digging with your fingers, you would never think that there was a hole here. In fact, but they pack the dirt down really, really hard. I have to scrape, and I must be playing. Oh, nothing there. But when I finally get down to the eggs, hopefully, I want to do it carefully because I really hate. I love little baby box turtles. They're the sweetest little things that you ever saw. And I've got videos on my YouTube channel where you can see them in various stages of growth. And oh, that one. Yep, there's an egg, but and I didn't damage it. I'm going to set them right into this little Tupperware dish here, and oh, I see another one. There probably is going to be at least 6 box turtle eggs in here. This is one of them. I'll sweep off the dirt just a little bit. And like I was saying, if they had started to incubate out here, the orientation of the turtle egg, whether it was this way or that way, would make a tremendous difference if you were going to artificially incubate them. So I'm going to clean that shell off just a little bit better when I go inside the house. But that's the first egg, and then they're about 2 to 3 inches under the ground. And here is the second egg that I'm digging up. It has a slight dent on one side of it. The other first egg had a slight dent also. Oh, I see some more eggs down here. They amazing how hard the dirt is. And also amazing how the little baby turtles could ever hatch and escape. Now the reason that I artificially incubate the turtle eggs is because this is not a normal kind of area for box turtles to have successful hatching. And I get such a kick out of these little box turtles so much, and the little babies and all this reproductive capacity that my colony has. It's just a wonderful thing. You see something peculiar happening in one of the entrances here, just temporarily. Well, it's a mating process, and one of my 3-toed female box turtles is getting rather angry that a male box turtle is mounting her. But see if I can get some more of these eggs out of here. There's at least 5 eggs here. Okay, here's another egg. It's a little bit longer than the other eggs. Very dirty, but I'll clean that up before I put it into the incubator. Just sort of brush it off. Oh, here's another egg. So this makes 5 eggs so far. This is very productive, and it's going to be a lot of fun this fall when they hatch in September. It takes 2 or 3 months for the eggs to hatch. They don't hatch quickly, not like chicken eggs only take 21 days, and some various species of birds can actually hatch their eggs faster. So there is 6 eggs, and I see one more. So this ornate box turtle last night, in my enclosure, they almost always, in fact every single time that I've spotted the egg laying activity going on, the turtles have started laying in the evening. And I'll be very surprised and happy if there was one more egg in this hole. But look at that. This turtle really outdid herself. This is egg number 8 that was in that hole that she dug. And last night, June, oh, it can't be another one. Oh my gosh. There is egg number 9. 9 eggs? He's going for the record. Holy mackerel. I cannot believe my luck. I try to feed them a varied diet of carrots, meat. I have access to carp eggs from my bow hunting for carp hobby in the spring, and well, what? Only 9 eggs? Can't believe that. I'll show you up close. That is about how deep down into the ground they dug. And those are the eggs. And I'll be incubating them at a temperature of 81 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit for the next couple months. And no turtle laid eggs there as far as I can tell. Right there is just a hole in the ground. Now I've worked and prepared this soil so that it's better and more conducive to successful digging and egg laying. It doesn't have any rocks in it, and I'm just preparing the soil back again so that and then I'll press it down real hard with my feet so that they'll think that it's perfect for their egg laying adventures. The Russian tortoise, they say, prefer to have plants to burrow, dig under to plant their eggs. And that is certainly the case with my female Russian tortoise. On her first attempt at nesting behavior, she did definitely go up to those achillea plants right up there and dig her hole. And right here is the female three-toed box turtle that is being mated with a male. They just came out of that little enclosure there, and so she'll be probably laying some fertile eggs. And right here are a couple ornate box turtles, and this little guy is just coming out here for to see me, and I'm going to give him a night crawler, and whoop, let's see if I can get a shot of him going to town on that night crawler. I might even throw a night crawler up here where they zoom out just a little bit until something interesting might happen. This guy is thinking about biting that night crawler. I'll toss one up here by this box turtle there. Oh yeah, I see some people that are anxious to get at these worms. Well, I better put these eggs over here in the shade just temporarily so that they don't get overly heated in the sun. This guy might fall into this hole here. He's going to go for the head of that turtle. Oh look, the female decided she wants to try for that night crawler perhaps. Let's see if she goes and gets it. Oh yeah, she is. Sometimes I say things like, I've got food for you. Their eating activity is interesting to watch. I can get the camera concentrating on what I'm doing. I've got food for you guys. Competition. The favorite food is the food that's in another turtle's mouth. Well, this guy didn't want to have his, so I'm going to put it back into my worm enclosure. Oh, wait a second. What's going on here? I might need to have a different perspective here. Anyway, this video is already too long, 14 minutes. I sure apologize for its length. If you want to know more about my enclosure, you can check some of my past videos, and I'm sure that you might learn something, and might learn that I'm doing something really wrong, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it. You should never keep Russian tortoises and box turtles together. Oh, they know there's some feeding going on. All right, but I do it successfully, and no harm is being done to my animals.